Hello, everyone. This is Mark, and this is the first ever podcast episode of Geeks vs. the World, a Nerdum podcast. Basically, this is a podcast that has me and someone else talking about some nerdish stuff, I guess, like comic books, movies, toys, games, you name it. Now, I'm also known for being a part of a podcast called Big Hits, Big News, which is on hiatus right now, and this is kind of filling the void. So, hopefully, you guys enjoy this first episode, and more on the way, hopefully. My special guest for this first episode is somewhat well known if you know who the YouTube Deadpool Corps is. He's one of the members, and his name is Oscarnjboy. He's relatively known for his series A Moment with Kane and a bunch of other great animations. He's also a very good artist that's also done my banner for my YouTube channel, as well as a bunch of other great title cards for that guy with the glasses. So, if you guys want to know more about him, check out his YouTube channel at Oscarnjboy. So, without further delay, here's our first episode. Hello, Oscar.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah. If you've seen my channel, Core TV, you probably saw the banner and the other drawings and stuff. That wasn't me. That was Oscar. So he's a very talented person. He also has some issues like I do, and to bring up for this first podcast episode, we're going to be talking about comic book shop issues. Not actual issues, but actual problems that comic book shops have. Now, I don't know if you guys have this, but um, when you go to a comic book shop, there's sometimes you don't have the issues in stock, or you have a pull list and they don't pull it for you. And basically, we're gonna bitch and moan about this. Oscar was actually bringing this up to me. Would you like to share the story that you told me off air?
Well, all right. Well, first off, I don't really collect comics as much as I did before. I used to be all about the occasional Saturday morning head out to the comic book shop as soon as my comic book shop I go to is Seventh Inning Stretch Comics, Cards, and Collectibles. And I know the owner, Jim. And I used to go there every Saturday morning, buy a buttload of shit. Like I'm talking $35 worth of comics, and this is a lot, Well, not really because they're like $4.99 a pop or whatever. So that's like 5 Marvel books, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
well, my thing is obviously those who have heard of me, I'm a big fan of Deadpool. I am a member of the Deadpool Corps of YouTube, one of the founding members. Hooray! And and I collect mostly Deadpool. I don't try to buy everything that has him in it because that's just fucking completist type of
Yeah.
stuff. I am not that fucking insane. Where do I have the money for that? So, for example, like I was telling you, I had issue number 33 and I wanted issue number 34. Well, I go in there, I go in there and he doesn't have issue number 34, and I'm just like, hey Jim, what's up with this? He's like, I know, man, it hasn't come in yet. We'll try next week, or if anything, I'll just order it for you. I'm like, okay, cool. So, 2, 3 weeks go by, I go back in there, and you know what? 34 is not there, but issue 35 is magically there. So I'm all like, dude, this is nonsense. You didn't get it yet? He's like, no, I ordered it, man. You just haven't sent it in. So, what a lot of you comic shop owners don't know that don't keep up on your stock, especially on your popular books, and this is what amazes me because his Deadpools always sell out. You know, I'm one of the few guys who'll actually hold an issue for because he knows I'll come by and pick it up. What I'm forced to do now is either hunt down the individual issue on Amazon or on MidtownComics.com, in which case I end up paying more than what the book's worth, which is basically what I paid for it, $4.99,
Mm-hmm.
um, $3.99. I'm sorry, but when you order it through Amazon or MidtownComics.com, you also got to pay for shipping. So you're basically paying $3.99 for a book with $3 worth of shipping on top of it. Now you gotta wait another week for the fucking shit to show up. Excuse my language.
It's
Um,
okay.
so it's really really frustrating, and this is like not just for like popular titles. This like he has this happening for certain titles at a time. Like they had released this Batman Beyond miniseries, with Hush and the Batman Beyond world. And I collected issue 1, I collected issue 2, and number 3 didn't show up, but he had number 4, and it's like really, really. I need to now go out of my way to hunt this down online. And what some of these guys do is, if you're a big online purchaser like I am, you can kind of call dog on some of these BS sellers on here that will buy a specific issue. Like there are guys out there that there are guys out there that like have the Fantastic Four issue where Johnny Storm dies, bagged, unopened, sealed, right? And they'll sell it for like 10, $15 a pop. It's not really worth anything.
Oh well, I mean, you could thank the '90s for that.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
yeah, the '90s and Superman's death. Uh,
yeah.
it's not worth squat. And the same thing happened now with the death of Ultimate Spider-Man, which is really like, come on, don't even get me started on that nonsense. I'm
Oh well, you know what I think is funny though? If you look at what Marvel's been putting out, they put out Avengers the Ultimates #1. They're rebooting their Ultimate like Avenger line. It's supposed to be more based off the movies, uh, and that's bagged. Hawkeye, what is it? Ultimate Hawkeye #1 was bagged. I mean, like it's supposed to be it's for like a variant cover that's signed or something, but 9 times out of 10 that stuff's not going to be in the bag.
Yep.
I hate the polybag things. I was surprised that DC didn't do that with the new 52. Which kind of leads me to the problem I had with my comic book shop. I got all 52 issues of you know, of the DC relaunch.
And I'm sorry you did. Okay.
Hey, a lot of good stuff came out of that. A lot of bad stuff too, like Green Arrow. Sucks.
There is nothing good about Green Arrow, period. I'm sorry. Where is the fan base for that character? It's Batman, except with freaking bows and arrows.
This is where I'm gonna have to disagree with you. He is a jackass, but he is charming. Now,
So's Bruce Wayne. I don't understand the how how that's different.
I'll explain this though. Now he's just Tony Stark. It's Tony Stark. Oh my god, I can't say the word today. Tony Stark. Um, because now he has the Q phone and the Q pad, and
Oh,
he develops weapons. No more charm. The character is completely crappy, just like Savage Hawkman, which is, in my opinion, the worst book that came out of the relaunch. That's for another
there is
freaking.
nothing special about Hawkman except the only thing left. The only thing I'm left wondering after reading anything with him involved in it is how would he taste if he was deep fried? Hmm. I mean, talk about your thighs off that one, but
Oh god. Little gay reference.
look here, man. That was a good book. Man, shut up, man. That book is retarded.
Oh man, but Savage Hawkman, the art sucked, and now he's like Venom. Uh, that's yeah. But anyway, getting way off the subject of that, um, I go into my comic book shop. I have my pull list of the books I want and I don't want from the 52 relaunch, and also my Marvel books and my indie books. And I they forgot to give me stuff, and like I'm on the routine like after this month of getting all the 52 books, not to check my like stash, just get the books and leave. um, they forgot to give me Action Comics, Stormwatch, a couple other ones, and giving me books that I already had. It it's kind of weird because I have somewhat of a loyalty to the comic book shops I go to get certain comics, but for some reason it's like they take it for granted. They don't realize that the digital stuff is out there, um, and it's kind of annoying as hell. Uh, when you can't even rely on something that a pull list, which is like, you know, that is supposed to limit your shit that you have to worry about. Especially with us comic book nerds, even like the hardcore ones like me and the ones that are kind of trying to get out of it, like you, that we need continuity.
Well, there's
And
no,
like,
there's no trying to get out of it in my case. I just stop. That's all there is to it. I will still buy trades for The Walking Dead because I'm a zombie nerd, and Invincible because I honestly like the whole brightly colored superhero world that Robert Kirkman has created. So I stick with those two, and it's like odd because 5 years ago you wouldn't have caught me dead saying I'm going to support Image Comics only. Bruh, because they burned me so bad with the whole Deathmane ordeal, and basically they robbed my fucking awesome years as a teenager with their god awful storylines of heroes that kill. Um, so there is no trying to get out. No, I'm out, dude. You couldn't convince me of needing to go pick up an issue of Green Lantern or because big Green Lantern fan here also on my end, or anything like that. Because you know what, I'm just done with it. You know, I'm just so freaking done with it. There was no need for a reboot for DC. There's no need for Ultimate Comics Universe to kill off their Spider-Man, and not to mention the fact that comic book art nowadays is going all digital from what I've seen. You could call me a traditionalist in this case, which I'm okay with it because I believe that an artist should put it on paper, not on a freaking Wacom tablet.
You know what though? With you saying that, I think you should check out Voodoo #1 because I don't think that's digital at all. Or Batwoman #1.
Yeah, I've
Let,
seen the whole thing with me. Here's where we're different. Guys like you strike me as an individual that uh, will kind of overlook the art as long as that story's really really good. Me,
no, 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 no. Hawk and Dove #1, drawn by frickin' Rob Liefeld. I don't care if that story was the greatest story of all time. He can't draw.
I heard he's doing better with the feet problem, but
Oh yeah, but everybody still has a face where they're taking a poop.
oh well, that's just Liefeld stuck in the '90s, thinking everything still needs to be extreme and whatnot. Um, but like for me, what makes me pick a comic book off the shelf is obviously the artwork, and I don't care how long you've been a reader of comics. This goes out to every nerd out there. Don't feed me that nonsense about. I look at the credits when I pick up a comic. No, the hell with that. You pick up a comic off that shelf because you're like, ooh, pretty picture. And when you open it up, and it looks like the art style is a mixture of the artist being high on ecstasy and then freaking just getting an X-Acto knife and scraping it across his drawing, and it's considered art, and it gets printed and let alone colored, which is to me is just wow. That must have been a freaking grand effort on the colorist's part. Um, it's just it's gone downhill, man. It's like the art style went from like extreme body styles like the Rob Liefelds and stuff like that to like where people became more traditional. Like an artist I think we both can agree on as being who should be considered one of the future best artists of all time, Ivan Reis, from his run on Green Lantern.
Oh god, dude, his artwork on Aquaman #1 is so great.
See, there we go. Aquaman #1. There's another problem with the 52. Aquaman is
Whoa,
zero.
did you read it?
No, dude, I tend to stay away from crap.
Oh my god, dude. No, no, no. Aquaman #1 is by far one of the best new things from DC, the DC relaunch that literally anybody could read and get it because they mention how he's a joke. Nobody takes him seriously. Like even the people in the comics are like, "Oh man, we're gonna get shit because Aquaman, saved us." Or like, he goes into freaking Red Lobster or like someplace, and they're all scared because oh my god, we're cooking his friends, and like, he's like, "I'm just here to eat lunch," and they're like, "Oh, I didn't do anything. What are you here for? Fish and chips." Like, it's and it's written by Jeff Johns too, so I'm a little biased on that, but on everybody's like radar at least that I've heard, Aquaman has been probably one of the best things out of the 52. And I know you didn't read it, so I mean I'm trying to like basically shovel Aquaman, which to anybody would be hard to do on someone that didn't read it, but trust me, it's really good. It was better than the Green Lantern thing. It was better than anything that came out of the relaunch. That and Voodoo were the two big things that came out the last week that I was just shocked with.
Well, well. Anyway, back on topic because we went really off. Uh, you were saying you basically you plug your store, right?
Not really.
Well, not
Uh,
on your videos, but on your channel, you have a link.
no, not yet.
Now,
I mean, once he has a website, I will.
oh, okay. See, my place has a website, but he features more of his like baseball cards and stuff like that.
That's stupid. Who buys that anymore?
A lot of people do, especially out by me. They go in droves to this guy's stores, and it's insane.
I would imagine. I mean, I have a comic book shop that just sells magic cards. I, I've never played Magic in my life. I know it. I know some people that are listening to this. Oh my God, he reads comics, but he doesn't know what Magic is. And I don't like card games. I'm just waiting for you. I play Magic.
No, I don't play Magic. I hate Magic. Why do you play Magic?
I don't play Magic.
Do me a
I,
favor, just find a brick wall and just wail your face right against it hard. I just
I don't play Magic though.
love Magic. Don't even lie. You're all like, oh man, I totally gotta go get my +1 Magic Chaos Sword card or some garbage like that.
I only know some of that lingo from Pokemon, but I didn't even play that.
Oh, you should be ashamed to even mention Pokemon, dude.
Why? You know they Charmander.
Charmander,
He
raw.
was he was a dragon, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Dragons always equal cool. I mean, look at Mortal Kombat. It's the best level. A freaking dragon's in it. Doesn't do anything, just the dragon's in
Oh lord,
it.
I am starting to not think you're a cool guy anymore.
I am sorry. I'm just saying dragons are cool
Yeah,
and Aquaman is cool. I know that may sound really lame, but hey,
because it is.
that's me, man. Hey, I could always bring up the thing that I'm known for. Deadpool. Why?
I
I
don't.
hey
I don't
hey,
really,
I just found out that he has a nemesis. Evil Deadpool.
yeah, Evil Dead or something like that. He's called.
Yeah.
Except he's all like, oh, I hated his character design. That looked fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, the thing, what I love about at least being in a comic book community type thing on YouTube, you realize that Marvel fans hate DC stuff a lot, but they don't point out anything really bad about Marvel. Same thing with DC fans with Marvel fans. They usually just sit in their like corner and say, "Oh, this stuff is great. Your stuff is stupid." And like, but you're reading My Little Pony. Shut up, it's awesome. And like, it's
I'm a brony, bro, and I am down for it. Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's a whole there's like different levels of nerdiness, but everyone has to realize it's all the same. I mean, there's a reason why Transformers was one of the grossing movies of all time. Why freaking Harry Potter, something I really didn't like. I mean, it's still one of the grossing movies of all time. The Dark Knight, the third grossing movie of all time. I mean, it's like the nerdy stuff is out there, and like everyone has a sense of nerdum, but like when you say, "Oh no, you're a nerd because you like that," they always mention something else that may be a little more nerdy. But then that person says, "Oh, well, you're a nerd because you read comics. Well, you're a nerd because you play Magic. Well, you're a nerd because you collect Transformers." It's like a pointing thing, but everyone has to realize it's all lame.
Oh lord.
You just have to just swallow your pride and say, "Yes, it is, but I enjoy it." Like I like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but people that I work with think I'm mentally slow because of it. But I like Meatwad because he's a funny character.
What?
I like Meatwad because he's a funny character.
Oh, me once. Oh, you're not helping yourself here at all. Just shut up.
Hey,
Nothing wrong with a little Aqua Teen Hunger Force, in all honesty. But in all seriousness, it just gets under my skin sometimes when I stand there and honest to God, I I just want them to have. I wanted him to have the issues I was looking for. You know what I mean? And it's just it's annoying, and it's a big reason why I don't read comic books anymore. And I probably won't, man. I'm not gonna push it. Um, I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna sit there and force myself back into that store. Why? It was kind of a drive for me to begin with,
mm-hmm.
and so uh, it's no loss basically. No loss.
Yeah, but I mean, like it. Once again, it's I think it's because um that like if I wasn't doing YouTube, I don't think I'd be buying as many comics.
Right.
Um, of course, it's kind of like I fell into doing the reviews and stuff. Because I was just reading Green Lantern stuff, and then like I saw Dave from Deadpool and Friends videos. I'm like, oh, who's Deadpool? I started reading him because I remember Deadpool when I was a kid because I liked his costume. Like then I got into Spider-Man again, and then like it just snowballed, and then like me reviewing the stuff, it just it fell in my lap there, and then it's just a whole it's a bad freaking addiction because I mean, yeah, DC's drawn the line at 2.99 with most of their books, but freaking Marvel's 3.99, and then Image is also 3.99.
I don't know. I'm so out of touch with the comic book world, dude. It's pathetic. I don't call myself a comic book geek anymore.
I mean, it it could get better. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, like let's face it. I mean, I know down the line in 10 years, I'm gonna hate every comic book coming out. Um, but I mean, that's why uh, for the 52 relaunch at least, or like the point one issues for Marvel, if you try the book out and like if you have an open mind with it, you may enjoy something out of it. But I mean, once again, it just depends on what the book is. I mean, like freaking, I don't know. I can't convince you to come back, so I'm just like,
uh, no, but you mentioned something about Transformers there for a second.
yeah. Which I didn't know that you collected those. Would you
Yeah.
like to um, in enlighten me on this uh, newfound thing that I learned about you?
Um. But yeah. Get that yawn out of the way there. This Red Bull's not working, but whatever. Yeah, like I am 31 years old, and every other guy my age, when they were children, they owned Transformers, and I got back into the whole Transformer zone because of the first movie, which I believe was released in '04. I want to say.
I believe you're right.
Um, when I never started collecting the toys again, I started collecting like the old comics, like the Dreamwave comics that were really, really bad and really, really horribly drawn. Like I'm talking, there's scenes where Optimus Prime is kneeling and his whole one leg that's facing us, and it's supposed to be a part of perspective, but it's so poorly executed. His whole one leg, like from the calf down, just looks bigger than his entire body. Um, I mean, I was collecting all that stuff, and I kind of chilled out a bit, after I saw the first movie, which I thought was okay. It's my favorite one, really, honestly, because I have a lot of fun watching the watching the special effects. Do I think it would make sense to have Optimus Prime take like 30 seconds to transform because then all the other Decepticons gonna like open fire and kill him instantly? Yeah, I think it would make a lot of sense. Um, do I think Mudflaps and Skids is probably the biggest slap to the face of nerd kind besides Jar Jar Binks? Oh yeah, most definitely. Do I agree with the term I've been hearing around the internet where they stopped calling these movies Transformers the movie and started calling them Bayformers because Michael Bay went for the whole they need to look real bit. If they're really going to be a car, they need to look real. They can't look anything like their toy counterparts or cartoon counterparts. Yeah, I agree with these guys when they make those statements. But I still have fun watching the movies, the exception of the second. The third one was okay. It could have gone without the girlfriend.
She
Um,
was hot though.
yeah, she was, dude. But there's one scene like where she's in her dress and her hair is covering half her head because that's her style. Her lips look like they had a shitload of collagen. Like I think she maybe got a treatment that kind of botched up on
I think
there.
she got stung by a bee, but that was just my opinion.
Um, but I started collecting the figures again after the third movie came out because what did I see? I walked into a Walmart to get oil change, and wow, that made a lot of sense, right? I walked into a Walmart to get my car's oil change. There we go. And I walk in there, man, and I freaking excuse me, and um, I'm waiting for my car to get worked on. So I'm walking through the toy section. I'm seeing all the new Dark of the Moon figures, which I thought looked stupid at the time. I'm not lying. Um,
Hmm.
and then I look over and they have a Transformer Generations line, and there was Scourge. Now, if you ever watched the original Transformers, he's a character in seasons 3 and 4. His debut was in the animated film back in '85. And essentially he was a leader of a group called the Sweeps. And except this time he wasn't in his original like vehicle mode from the cartoon. He was actually redesigned as a stealth bomber, which I thought was really cool. Like I never owned one when I was a kid, so I was like, oh, I'll buy him. He's like $11. So I bought them, and I had a lot of fun with them in the house. I'd come home from work and I'd like mess around and transform them, and I'm like, I wonder what else is out there. And because now we have the beauty of the internet, I Googled it and I found a crap load of things I needed to buy. It started with a Scourge and it turned into a Megatron, and then after the Megatron, who did I get? Um, I got another Decepticon. I'm trying to think who was it.
Starscream?
No, Starscream I bought on eBay. He was my first eBay purchase.
Yes.
I forgot who it was. Oh no, it was a 2-pack. That's right. I had Megatron and Scourge. Then I bought the infamous 2-pack that of Rodimus and Cyclonus, which came with a Matrix, a really heavy but really small Autobot Matrix, and essentially it just went. I went crazy after that. I went from just buying the Generations line because they're very limited in availability. Like you go to one Walmart, odds are the next one you go to will probably have the same thing. Um, excuse me. And basically, I started from getting in. I started buying the Bayformers, and the first Bayformer I ever bought, I believe, was Barricade. He's the Saline Mustang,
Hmm.
and it looked freaking awesome. Um, I really, really dug it, and from there I just went freaking hog wild with it. And then I told myself, I'm gonna go ahead and start collecting the combiners, the Gelstats, if I'm saying that right. And that is where I stumbled onto this fantastic world of Transformer knockoffs. And I was telling you about it. And basically, if you're a Transformers fan and you're listening to this, it is like the very what a real Transformer fan would consider to be a very very last resort to anything. Like if you don't want to pay 60, $70 for a G1 Devastator with all the Constructicons on there have really loose limbs, in which case you're kind of bummed because we all know one of them needs their arms to stick straight out in order for Devastator to stand. Um, your last resort, last ditch effort is to buy that knockoff figure where it may be smaller than the original, but hey man, you got them all and you paid like $13 for it. I started my first knockoff purchase was honestly a WST World's Smallest Transformer Defensor with a red hotspot, and it is crap, but it is such crap. It's awesome, and essentially, like a few sites I'll mention, www.kotoys.com. They have them all there in categories. Um, I've gone to ioffer.com, I believe it's called. What's her
Hmm.
name? Realistic, the girl who does voice work for you, the rap.
Hmm.
Is that how you say it? Realistic.
Yeah.
She turned me on to them, and but I've been mostly sticking with eBay, because frankly they're in America, so it doesn't take them a month to ship out my figures. Um, I own a bunch of the Seekers like I wanted. I still need to find a Skywarp that doesn't cost me $60, $70 a pop. I still need to find a Ramjet and Dirge, and I'll have all my Seekers. And I'm not counting Acid Storm. He's new. He was a freaking fan favorite that they just brought to life. These are them, and it's just amazing just how cheap these things are. One of the feet rather than on the side. I mean, at least you get the character face and the fists, and you don't even. I don't even think you get a sword really. I think you just get a gun. But it's crap. You better believe that it is straight up shite, and people get what they paid for. It comes with two regular Stunticons, Wild Rider and Dragstrip, and even he looks weird. And then Motormaster looks. I've considered buying this to replace the one I broke because I'm an idiot.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the situation.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
So I mean, there's a lot of freaking knockouts of this stuff. I don't collect these things like you do. I mean, like for more information, I mean, I guess I would go to you with it. But I mean, like I, it kind of seems like you got like a little niche that I haven't seen before. the whole like knockoff thing.
Right.
But I mean, that'd be a funny show. But there's uh a lot more to talk about, but for this episode, we're gonna end it with that. Do you have anything to plug or say, Oscar, before we leave?
I'll go ahead and plug my friends. Michael Lusick. You can check him out under MK Lusick, which is, I believe it's MGA. Well, you can look him up. You
He's the
gotta
guy that does the live action Deadpool.
be like, oh, thanks, guy. You're a dick. Uh, go ahead and check out Michael Lusick stuff. Of course, my buddy Nate at Deadpool and Friends.
He
Uh,
doesn't need any more plugs.
he still does if you
He has
ask.
1 billion gazillion subscribers.
Yeah. Um, actually, I owe him some stuff from before my retirement was announced. But I am going to be doing some more stuff with him. Actually, look for a um, Transformers Dark of the Moon DVD review where I will be voicing Ironhide as soon as we figure all that stuff out. And that's all I got.
Sweet. Well, hopefully we'll do this more. Hopefully you guys subscribe to Oscarnjboy. He's a cool guy, and all the rest of his plugs. Subscribe to me, both channels or whatever. And that's it, guys. So until next time, take care.